of the rape survivors that are a part of the We've Been There, Done That program had just left a press conference at Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee's office, and they gave their story of survival, which is their first time speaking publicly. And I treated them to the Krispy Kreme donut restaurant on Westheimer, and it was 2 Caucasians and 3 African Americans, and we were sitting out on the patio eating the donuts, drinking the milk, when we observed a Caucasian male watching us. When we got ready to leave, this individual went to his car and came back with a city parking ticket book, and he put a ticket on my car. I have an artificial hip, and my husband, Jose Griñán, just had major back surgery, so we both have prescriptions for handicapped placards. This gentleman, I said, "Are you putting a ticket on my car?" He said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Well, my ticket is valid. I work for the sheriff department, and they check them daily to make sure of the validity of our stickers." He said that we had falsified it, anybody could have done it, it was illegal, and he was giving us the ticket. So the first thing I said was, "I'm gonna call the mayor." And I mean, I was just furious. And then I ended up speaking to the judge from the municipal courts. I went inside and asked the gentleman what his name was, and he told me his name was on the ticket, and he told me if I said anything else, he was gonna write me another ticket. I said, "Write me a ticket." And then he said, "If you say anything else, I'm gonna call 911." I said, "Call 911, call 911. His wife told me to shut up, stupid, a couple of times. And me being Kathryn Griffin, God put me outside of my body. I said no bad words. I didn't act like I could act, so you all should be very proud. I have been extremely rehabilitated." And he went on, and I asked him, I said, "Are you doing this because I'm black?" And he said, "Sure am," and he called me the N-word. And he told me he was a city employee. And all I'm asking is, volunteers are so important in the city. I started my career right here in this building across the street as a volunteer. And all I'm asking is, I don't know how many others this individual has targeted, because we're black. There are very high stakes here doing tough racial times right now. And I'm just so glad I was able to compose myself in front of ladies that I'm mentoring and wanting to set an example. But I'm asking for this individual's ability to write these bogus tickets to be pulled, because we were targeted. And matter of fact, I called the council member Borkins. He was on his vacation. He actually took my call. Your office did. I called everybody except Obama, I promise. Because I just couldn't believe that this had actually happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathryn. Just make sure you read that, please, but that information right there. Councilman Kovacs.
Kathryn, just imagine that you weren't married to a famous person and you weren't the wonderful person you are, but that you were poor and you couldn't pay the fine, or maybe you didn't even know that you even got the ticket because rain washed it off. And then your car gets booted and it gets impounded. And without due process of any kind of due process, we seize your property, which I believe is a violation of the Constitution of the United States, to seize property of people without due process. But we do it with these boots, and it concerns me because I don't believe it's right. I've fought it for years. I've stood right where you are and have spoken just where you are to council and told them I felt like it was wrong. And so I'm very disappointed to hear what you said about somebody that's doing this. But you know, there are some bad folks, but thank God there's good people like you. Thank you.
In this whole thing beginning, there's no applause in the chamber, okay? Councilman Williams.
I think I can call you Kathy.
Yes, you can.
We've known each other for a while.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry this has happened to you, but if there were a person for it to happen to, I would be glad that it is you, if I may say that in a reverse sort of way. Because I know that you have presence of mind and presence of value to handle yourself well. Little did this person know that we're dealing with somebody who's been rescuing people off of the streets for a long time. And little did this person know that they were dealing with someone that had deep roots in law enforcement. I know that you know the right procedures, and I know that you know how to move this issue forward. And I thoroughly trust you in doing the right thing on this. And I appreciate you having the courage to say out loud what has happened. Because I know he will help us try to find justice across the board. Thank you for all that you're doing in District J. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Councilman Rosado.
Thank you again for coming down. I know that, you would never let it go, and that's a good thing. It's, Merrick, it concerns me, I would never have thought of anyone abusing that privilege to issue tickets as a volunteer, to represent persons with disabilities. And so, I guess my question to you, is there a process in place for complaints against those that are writing the tickets? I know that there's a lot of folks that, are not doing it properly and are parking illegally and have copied or, taken advantage of the situation, and so we do want to take care of those situations. But for those that may be abusing that, privilege of writing those tickets to represent persons with disabilities, is there a process?
Yes, I mean, once Ms. Griñán provided us the information, we are now investigating the situation.
Thank you. Thank you again for bringing it to our attention, because I want to make sure too